The content of the following program is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or cure. Always consult your physician or a health professional with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Go higher, baby. You're in the right place. You're listening to One Life Radio. This is Bernadette with Diamond Gray. I've got Aviana Barrientos in studio with me, Marie Early, and Robin Perry Braun. Hey, Robin.
Hey.
I'm ready for a session.
Good. I'm here in town.
For those of you just now joining us, Robin Perry Braun is my personal shrink and has been for a couple of years. I've been struggling the last 5 days or so. You almost got to call it like midnight a couple of days ago.
You've been on my mind too. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
My energy is coming your way.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I'm in like this weird place. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone after just typical to a lot of families out there listening. A lot of people. I had a little bit of family drama. And it shook me to my very core, and I have been having trouble, shaking it off. So give me some advice live on the air. Go ahead.
Wow. Well,
post-holiday stress.
My absolute message to every human being is that we were put on this earth to feel our emotions and process them and not stuff them.
Yeah. Well,
and
that's what happens.
Sometimes that's inconvenient.
Well, that's one of the reasons that, I just stuff and I stuff and I stuff, and that's typical me because I always try to be kind and sweet and understanding to the point of nauseum. And then when I get violated repeatedly, I explode.
Yeah,
I just explode, and it's
that's
very
typical.
Human, though, isn't it?
It's very American.
It's American?
Yeah.
Why American?
Well, because we're very intellectual here and we don't value emotions. More cultures, like you talk about your Italian upbringing.
Oh, well, Italians are famous for letting it out.
Yes, right. But
they're
also
me?
Probably have, statistically, probably live longer lives, have less addiction, and are healthier.
Well, you know what? I was thinking about this the other day because, we talk a lot about vaccines on the air here. And yesterday we had Mary Holland on the show, which was very anxiety-provoking in itself because just talking about that it's a heavy subject. It's heavy.
There's
so
a lot
heavy.
on the line.
And there's a lot on the line. And I've got nothing to gain by talking about it other than the truth. I'm looking for the truth. And so anyway, I don't know. I forget where I was going with this, but I have had a lot of anxiety, but you know what? See, there you go. I'm traumatized. I forgot my brain's not working right. I forgot my train of thought.
I brought some of my really good brain supplements with me from
Thorne. From Thorne.
Yeah.
Which one?
It's the Depraloft HF. This is my particular thing that balances my brain the best.
Really?
And I muscle test.
Give me the bottle. No.
Exactly. I brought it to muscle test everybody, but I muscle test this all the time. That works better for me than CBD, than homeopathic serotonin.
Well, trauma like that, though, does mess with your brain. It gives you and
serotonin is one of your memory neurotransmitters.
Uh-huh.
And so that fine line with depression, serotonin is when in the middle of the day you're having a conversation about your favorite Julia Roberts movie and you can't remember her name.
Right.
That's a serotonin dip. And
I remembered what I was going to talk about.
Okay,
good. I did this yesterday, too. But my dad, so my dad passed away in his late 90s. He never had a vaccination. He died with a full head of hair. He was on the Mediterranean diet. Almost all of his teeth.
Yes.
His skin looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, and so there's some lessons there. There's some lessons there.
We have to look at statistics.
Well, yeah, and we think about vaccines like our grandparents didn't get all those vaccines.
No,
we didn't get that many.
When we didn't get
in
that
our
many.
50s. I'm in my 50s. I
60s,
got very
70s,
few.
yeah.
And so you're right. And then but nobody says, well, why is the autism rate through the roof? How do we explain that?
Right.
Why is the ADD, ADHD rate through the roof? We can point to some diet, chemicals, and food and all that. I don't think we can put autism.
I do think it's a culmination of so many different things.
It's a combination.
And we really need to clean up our environment and our act
all
and really get back to
we gotta
simple,
stop,
basic practices.
We got to stop sticking our head in the sand and go, oh, the autism rate is 10,000% greater. Oh, okay. Well, why? Can we stop it? Can we reverse it? Can we change it? It didn't exist that way 20 years ago.
And there's so many problems that are resulting from it. Now a lot of the children that are older now, they're they're coming into their 20s that are autistic, are getting sexually abused in these institutions that they're put in so their parents can go back to work, or daycare, home care, whatever. And also a lot of them they're getting arrested. They're even having to train police officers now how to deal or know if you're dealing with someone who's autistic.
Yeah.
So they're a lot more likely to be incarcerated or just misunderstood. It's really it's very complicated, and it's going to be a big problem in our society, even more than it already is.
Well, and just the spectrum has become so much larger because, there's highly functioning, mild autism,
right?
But it still affects your relationships. Yeah. It still affects your ability to interact socially in a functional way. My grandfather was a doctor, went to Case Western University, and was a doctor in Ohio. I wasn't even born yet. My mother and father, they had children later in life, which is kind of crazy, but they did. But they lived long lives. But, they didn't have all these issues. Back in those days, doctors were truly doctors that just wanted to try to heal people and practice what they knew to do the best. Now it's become so infiltrated with greed and just it's unbelievable. Well, it's
greed
and
fraud, politics, all of it.
I have my chiropractor was an MD in the emergency room, and she basically got told, you're going to lose your job if you don't start making more prescriptions.
Wow.
And she couldn't do it. So she quit her job as an MD, went to chiropractic school. They gave her no comp credit for 4 years of medical school. And being an MD, she had to start over at square one to be a chiropractor, which says a lot for chiropractic, right?
Yeah, right.
But she quit for that reason. She didn't see her modality wouldn't align her paradigm. She didn't obviously have her paradigm developed well before she went to medical school.
Right.
But she goes, this just isn't. Prescribing drugs isn't working to get people well.
And I think, as my shrink, this is one of the reasons I'm having all this confusion and anxiety because I'm trying to figure all of this out. I read so much and I'm trying to connect the dots and put the pieces of the puzzle in the right place so that I can convey it well on the air so we can all have a better understanding of what the hell is going on with our medicine in this country.
Right.
Seriously, it's very scary. I read so much that it causes a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, I know. I'm right there with you. The best we can do is educate, and help people shift a paradigm back to what I call original design. If it wasn't produced in nature, it's not resonant energetically with the way our bodies are designed.
Right.
And so there's going to be a negative downside to it. And that's just the easiest way to say it.
Yeah, and I think that we all have such a fear of disease, of getting sick, and we have a fear of death. We have all these fears that are out there. There's so many things that are just a natural part of life. I was reading an article last night about life and death.
Yeah.
Very interesting in Breathe magazine. Very, very interesting perspective about death. And we run from it. I used to be scared to death of death.
Right.
Like, seriously, I did. I remember being a kid and walking to school when I used to go to Holy Family. This is in middle school. And I would cross the street so I wouldn't have to walk in front of this funeral parlor that was on State Street. Yeah. When I would walk to school, I would cross the street because it used to freak me out so bad. Why are we all so afraid of death? It's a natural part of life.
It is.
You can't have one without the other.
Right.
You have birth and you have death.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay, I brought everyone really down
now
here.
I'm really anxious.
But you shouldn't be. That's the thing, and we've got to find a way to live our lives more open and free and beautiful without fear, without anxiety, without depression, and enjoy every moment that we have.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We really do. So we're going to talk about that with you today, a holistic approach to, and also with Dr. Art Markman, is failure necessary? And if so, how to recover from it, along with a holistic approach to addiction recovery. I think we're all addicts in some way. I always say that. Everybody's got their addiction.
Yeah.
I like to mix mine up.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm never too addicted to one thing. But we'll talk all about it. Everyone, stay tuned. You're listening to One Life Radio.
Hi, I'm Ashley Grace, co-founder of Hemp Company. Hemp CBD improved my life so much that I started a company to help others naturally feel better. You don't have to have had a severe brain injury like me to benefit from Hemp Company products. If you're struggling to feel better, calm your brain, or better deal with daily stress and want to do so naturally, please try H-Hemp Company products. Search H-Hemp Company and use code OLR for 20% off and free shipping. That's H-Hemp Company and code OLR to feel better naturally and calm your brain.
Give your body some soul with Sun Warrior's new Soul Good protein bars. Sun Warrior is committed to making the best plant-based proteins and superfood supplements from the finest organic ingredients across the globe. Soul Good bars have an amazing profile. They have 17 to 19 grams of clean organic protein, very low sugar, and 16 to 17 grams of fiber. They're available in delicious flavors like blueberry blast, coconut cashew, cinnamon roll, and salted caramel. Check them out online at sunwarrior.com. That's sunwarrior.com. And give your adventure some soul.
Sun Warrior believes that plants provide the cleanest and most powerful foods, rich in antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and phytonutrients. Our bodies crave real foods, especially in this age where we heavily process everything we eat, stripping out all of the benefits and nutrition well before we have a chance to even use them. Illuminate your body, mind, and the planet with Sun Warrior. To learn more, visit them at sunwarrior.com. That's sunwarrior.com.
Hi, this is Sean Wells, certified sports nutritionist, registered dietitian, and biochemist. One Life Radio and I are so excited about the launch of our Thorne dispensary. Thorne is the most used brand by medical practitioners as a result of its industry-leading quality control. Further, Thorne has a team of doctors, chemists, and dietitians formulating their products to be the gold standard. There are very few products I would personally endorse as a clinician, nutritional biochemist, and the world's greatest formulator, but Thorne is atop my short list. Visit OneLifeRadio.com to shop my hand-selected vitamins and supplements, including FloraPro LP Probiotic, Berberine 500, MethylGuard Plus, and Resveratrol in optimized resveratrol. Be sure to click our banner on OneLifeRadio.com and create an account to receive your exclusive 20% discount along with free shipping today.
Did you know there are over 3,000 kinds of snakes, and most, being shy, pose no threat to humans, but they are still feared and killed even for frivolous fashion? In his poem Snake, D.H. Lawrence marvels at a snake drinking from a water trough. He succumbs to irrational fear and impulsively throws a log at the very animal he admired moments before. He writes, "And immediately I regretted it. I thought how paltry, how vulgar, what a mean act. I despised myself and the voices of my accursed human education, and I wished he would come back, my snake, for he seemed to me again like a king in exile, uncrowned in the underworld." This is Ingrid Newkirk with Peter, reminding us it's easy to be kind by choosing fake snake over real skin for belts, bags, and shoes.
Between the darkness on the street and the houses filling up with light, between the stillness in my heart and the roar of the approaching night.
Jackson Brown. I just gotta let this roll till it gets to the what do you call it?
The part where you sing.
Yeah. That's what you call it. Everybody go ahead and sing with me.
Woo! You guys heard me sing karaoke. I don't know if you want me to sing.
Oh my gosh. Everyone, welcome back to One Life Radio. This is Bernadette with Diamond Gray. I've got Aviana Barrientos in studio with me, Robin Perry Braun, Marie Early, and I have Dr. Art Markman. He's a PhD on the line. He has been on the show before. I love this guy. He is, Dr. Art Markman is Annabelle Iron Worsham Centennial Professor of Psychology and Marketing at the University of Texas at Austin. He received his Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science from Brown and his PhD in psychology from the University of Illinois. He has published over 150 scholarly works on topics in higher level thinking, including the effects of motivation on learning and performance, analogical reasoning, decision making, and creativity. He currently serves as a member of the editorial board of Cognitive Psychology, and he is a contributor to Psychology Today. Always a pleasure. Dr. Markman, welcome back to One Life Radio.
Oh, it is great to be back. Thanks so much.
Well, I love having you on the show, and I love what we're talking about today, especially since it's a new year and so many people tend to focus on their failures instead of their successes. But our topic today is failure necessary. So do you think that failure is inevitable?
Oh, absolutely. And I guess what I would say is, we got to distinguish between utter failure